Hi guys and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. Coming up, new Canada Cup opponents for the Toronto Wolfpack. Cast forward Coyne's future. Bulldog Thompson looking to extend his Australian stay. And my views and take on the previous entity Wolfpack not paying players. So here's a bit of a weird one, as the player involved has still got a long-term contract with Canterbury Bulldogs, as their prop and former St Helens star Luke Thompson has failed in his bid to secure a long-term future at the club, with rivals circulating around the Man Mountain, said the Daily Telegraph in Australia. Canterbury want Thompson to finish his contract, which runs until the end of 2023, but the club is thought to be considering potentially letting him leave early. The Super League Grand Final winner still has 2 years left on his Bulldogs deal, but the English-based agent Andy Clark has been contacting NRL clubs to try and gauge their interest in Thompson from 2024, when he will be a free agent. So, I know this might have something to do with it, as the Daily Telegraph was told West Tigers are interested in a forward who reportedly earns 850,000 Australian dollars a season, which is around about £425 per year, with one more Sydney club saying that they're interested in Thompson also. The Merseysider has made 163 appearances for St Helens before leaving for the NRL at the end of 2020 and has since played 26 games for Canterbury. But that seems to have come to naught, as Canterbury are looking to move Thompson on. It's a bit of a weird one. He's only been there about 18 months. Yes, he's had a little bit of injuries and a little bit of time to settle, but he seems to be getting good yards, momentum. Unless it's to do with the salary cap, it makes no sense, as the guy's getting up to speed with the NRL. His stats might be different to why Canterbury are playing the way that they are. There may be a style factor, I don't know. But if this is all true, at this moment they are speculations and rumours. Unless it is more the fact that they want him to stay around in Australia. Him and his agent and his family are settled after 18 months and they love it over there. And they're looking for further deals to make his stay a lot longer. The only other thing that I can come out with is that the salary cap issue is coming for the Canterbury Bulldogs. It's a dilemma for all involved, but if it does have the progression that I believe he will have, he'll be involved in the England squad first of all, and he'll be a big asset for any club that signs him in Australia. Makes no sense. So according to TackleZero.com, these are his stats per the game. As you see, he plays over 50 minutes a game, apart from one game against the Parramatta Eels, where he's only twice been under 100 metres when it comes to average running metres. Line breaks, he got 2 in the last round against, I think that is Cronulla Sharks. Yes, that's right. And he's always involved in a tackle. Round 9 was his best against the St George Illawarra Dragons with 46, and his lowest tackles in the games is 23, and that was against the Melbourne Storm. The stats are quite good compared to other um, props in the NRL. And at 26 years old, he's still got some years to go. At least 6. So they got him until he's 28 at this point, and hopefully he can carry on his growth in the NRL to see how things go on. That again, the stats are courtesy of tacklezone.com. Ooh, why do you think I put this logo out? Well, on the 28th of August, there is going to be a final trials match ready for the Canada Cup game that the Toronto Wolfpack have got, which was originally to be played against the Ottawa Aces. But unfortunately, it's no longer against the Ottawa Aces. Now, there's a trial match, and the head coach, Matt Wiles, is going to be selecting 25 players for that inaugural North American Rugby League, and also to play in the Canada Cup on the 25th of September. The 18th of September at Lamport Stadium. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the game, which was originally scheduled for Lamport Stadium, has been moved to Brampton Beavers RLC. The Wolfpack trial game, which will now kick off at 5 p.m, will also feature a curtain raiser with the Ontario Greybears Masters team taking on the Ontario Rugby League Women's team in a game of can tag at 2:30 p.m. Playing in the new North American Rugby League, professional rugby league competition in 2022, the Toronto Wolfpack is trialling Canadian athletes who think they have something special, the desire, and the ability to be a professional rugby league player. Players are playing for 2022 Toronto Wolfpack contracts. They have also got more information available to us if we contact the team manager, Paul Buchanan, at this email address. That name again is Paul Buchanan. So, the new Wolfpack team purchased the intellectual properties from the original Wolfpack company. We did not purchase the company or its liabilities. However, we feel it's right to do for our fans is to issue complimentary season tickets to any fans we have on record that purchased one or haven't received a refund from the previous company. We will provide further information via email to fans we have record of in the coming weeks. So, that's got my interest peaked because when we first heard about this Canada Cup, it was going to be Toronto versus Ottawa Aces. Ottawa Aces, though, are now confirmed to be looking ahead for the 2022 League One season. Yes, it's going to be financially tough for them to do what they did before, but they're going to be running in it. However, the Toronto Wolfpack are going into the NARL, which is local sports stars and local athletes vying for the NARL positions and contracts. Now, who is that team that is going to be playing against Toronto in Canada? This has all come about because of one thing: the lifting of restrictions. It's an NARL team, so there's going to be 7 teams to be involved in it. There's 7 other teams, one of those being the Ottawa Aces, so that's 1 off, and Toronto can't play themselves, so that's 6. And there are 3 that are the most active: Washington DC, Cleveland, and Atlanta Rhinos. Going on the scope of experience, as I'm sure that there won't be too many uh, Toronto players that have played rugby league in a competitive environment. I've got a feeling it could be either Cleveland or Washington. So, them are my two teams that I think are going to be involved in it. And, hmm, I think my connections to that I'm seeing between Toronto and Ryan Burrows of the Washington side might be why I think it's more likely Washington. But it wouldn't surprise me if it were Cleveland. Monte's out there, and he will be championing this game. As soon as we find out who it is, you'll be able to see all the advertisements, hopefully, over Cleveland, Toronto, NARL. We'll probably hear it first on the NRL.com website, as it's a big event. But yeah, that's who I think on experience and connections are the two teams that are going to be involved in this Canada Cup. So you tell me who else it could be if you have got a different idea. But I do think it's them two. So as I mentioned, I was going to have a look into this story as well. After the Toronto Wolfpack still owe their old players money, according to the page. It's been over a year since the likes of Ricky Latelli and Josh McCrone have been paid, with 6 months of unpaid wages still to be given to former Wolfpack stars. Broken promises continue to plague the Toronto club, with the players told they would be paid, only for the money never to appear. And, coupled with the ongoing coronavirus, this has meant to borrowing from loved ones in a bid to keep afloat. Players, the GMB, and David Argyle, the former Toronto owner, who is the one being chased for the money, have been locked in talks since the issue began midway through the club's maiden Super League season. Settlement agreements had been signed over a few months ago, confirming that April the 30th would be the last date the players would receive the money. Again, that was not forthcoming. The RFL would be able to force Argyle to play through a personal guarantee, but that avenue has not yet been taken, much to the chagrin of the GMB, and who requested such a move 2 months ago. When contacted by Rugby League Live, a spokesman for Argyle said, despite the harsh treatment David had received from the game, he remains committed to meeting his obligations and continues to communicate regularly on these matters with relevant parties. Resolution of these matters are not entirely in David's hands, but he's not taken an easy route out of this, and he's working day and night to resolve as soon as possible the issue. Let's hope for the players' sake that there is a resolution found. Here's the final comment by the Post. Now, that is the old entity of Toronto Wolfpack. As you see on their website, the Toronto Wolfpack website, with all the updates of everything to do with the NARL, they have bought the company from from David Argyle and his group, but none of the liability. They have agreed to that so that they can keep the name going. So it is a completely different entity in a way. It's just a name that they have taken over. Now, I know that would be hard to swallow for the players and some fans, but it is clearly stated that they're going to look after the fans because that's the income. Maybe Mr. Argyle still owns a little bit in this new company, if so that it can benefit in the future if the NARL takes off and Super League crowds, and if championship crowds are translated into the NIRL with Toronto. But at this moment in time, there is a strict divide between the new entity, Toronto Wolfpack, and David Argyle, and the clubs, and the players that they play for the club in the previous guise. I know that doesn't sound good, but that's my feeling of how it's all working. I may be completely wrong, but you need to have those barriers in place and saying this is us, that's them. All the lines will be crossed, and the whole situation go down the drain once again. Before I go into this story, doesn't that picture make it look like that Luke Gale is completely missing Jesse Senlefeu if you don't look at his right boot? Trick of the eyes, I suppose. Anyway, let's go back onto the story itself. Now, if there was ever an adopted Castleford man, it's Jesse Senlefeu. Full of life and vim and vigour, the Samoan joined the Castleford Tigers back in 2017, just in time for their sensational record-breaking season. Since then, Senlefeu has made over 100 Castleford appearances and is in line to make his 150th career game against Wakefield this weekend. And he cannot wait after the club broke their 32 years drought at St. Helens last time out. Spirits are high, the sound is buzzing, you go around town and the people always bring up the 32-year drought is over there. It's a proud feeling. It's always hard to beat Saints, but to do it over there was special. Our confidence comes from work we do on the training ground, and you're always up for a big game. It's just putting it all together in one team. That's why it was so special. If it wasn't for the unity, don't think we could have got the 2 points, said Jesse Senlefeu. Up next are Wakefield, and it's all about making more memories for the lively forward. On the game, he said, it's always good these local derbies because they've got to do it for me, seeing as it's my 150th career appearance. I'm still chasing the next win and it's hard to relax, so I try to make good memories to share with my kids when I get back to Australia. Whether it's bad days or good day, I always see the positive. There's always a positive, and when the tough times come, we are all together through it. Like at any club, everyone goes through the downsides, and we go through the ups and downs together, bringing that same energy and getting those small wins to hopefully become massive memories. JSL has been attracting the attention of Salford recently, as he's coming out of contract at the end of the season with Castleford, and Salford are looking to take him on in 2022. So they asked him, quite frankly, what his future hold, and he said, no comment. He elaborated a little bit further. This week has been something special for me. I'll leave all that stuff to sort itself. So that's it for another video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share the video worldwide. I'll be counting all the comments, because the more comments that you get, the more people I know who's watching. Anyway, that's just a joke. I hope you like these videos and please share them worldwide if you do. In the meantime, I'll just say thank you so much for watching. All the best and I'll see you in the next video.